Hello, so we were arguing that social media companies should be required by law to be politically neutral in their moderation policies. So, where are we right now in terms of moderation? What can and can't social media companies do? Well, there's this very important law called Section 230, and the idea behind Section 230 is that when you're online, you shouldn't be responsible for the speech of other people. So if someone says something harmful online, it's the speaker who bears that responsibility, not the platform or the service that's hosting that speech. So just practically for social media companies, that means that they're not liable for the speech of their users. They can engage in content moderation if they'd like to, but they can do that as they see fit, and they don't even have to do that. So Section 230 has a lot of good aims. It's done a lot of good, but it really is inadequate to address the many problems raised by social media. It's very uncontroversial, or it's pretty uncontroversial that moderation is necessary on social media platforms, at least to some degree. Misinformation just spreads so easily on social media, and that can have really bad consequences from ill-informed voting to inciting violence. And this situation can and has gotten very bad with misinformation. The problem is that social media companies just are not well equipped to regulate content in a good way. Their incentive is profit, not meaningful political debate, and that often causes just bad conflicts. So we believe that the government should step in where it can to try to promote policies that will encourage better content moderation and politically neutral content moderation. So we have two proposals regarding this. Our first proposal is that social media platforms be treated as information fiduciary. So what's an information fiduciary? An information fiduciary is a person or entity that, in their service to a client, collects sensitive or personal information about that client. So think of a doctor, a lawyer, a financial consultant. And these information fiduciaries are bound by law to be responsible for this personal information, to use it in a way that shows integrity. So applying this to social media companies, this would mean several very good practical benefits. For example, it would allow social media companies to be required to keep their content moderation decisions separate from their profit motivated decisions. It would also open up a way for there to be due process around content moderation decisions by social media companies. So our second proposal would be to create a quasi-public government agency that will be responsible for social media content moderation. We would want to structure this agency in a way sort of similar to the Federal Reserve. One one strength of the Federal Reserve is that it has some political insulation, that it's structured that way to create political insulation. For example, uh, members are added to the Federal Reserve over a staggered time period. And features such as this are designed to uh, encourage the Fed to focus on long-term goals rather than just short-term political pressures. At the same time, the Fed is still accountable to Congress. And so this balance between political insulation and accountability is something that will be really good for an agency that would oversee moderation policies in social media. And we just think that an agency like this could help to promote productive, beneficial policies in a way that Congress by itself can't. And that it would be an ideal place for promoting political neutrality and content moderation. So, just to summarize our position, we believe that the internet should be a help to political discourse, but currently it's not doing a good job of that. We think that the government should step in and promote policies that um, promote political neutrality and content moderation, specifically through the concept of information fiduciaries, as well as creating a new government agency. Thank you.